This is CBC Here and Now.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Carolyn Stokes. When it comes to Muskrat Falls, the inquiry, lawyers, public officials, executives, and critics have all weighed in. And tonight, the public in Labrador will get its chance. The inquiry is hearing from anyone who feels they have something to add. Our Jacob Barker is there in Happy Valley Goose Bay. So, Jacob, tell us more about what's happening there tonight.
Well, Carolyn, this is the second of two public consultations that the inquiry has held. The first one having been there about a week ago in St. John's. And it's coming along with a milestone that the project itself is reaching, and a controversial one at that. The reservoir at the Muskrat Falls project started flooding just a couple of days ago. It's an event that opponents have been speaking out against, and something I'm sure that we'll hear about at the meeting here tonight. The inquiry has done a very thorough job of looking at some of the finances of the project and the way in which decisions were made. But critics have also pointed out that when it comes to environmental concerns, it only had a limited scope, and how it will affect the lives of people who live in its backyard. Methyl mercury is one of the major concerns that we've reported on, and the effect that it will have on wild food sources downstream from the project, and in turn how that will have human health, or how it will affect human health. It's what the new Nunavut government wants to focus on today. It's been fighting for mitigation measures for years, and it's even said no recently to a $10 million payout from the province, a payout that the Innu Nation and Nunavut accepted. Today, Nunavut had this to say. In a statement, Johannes Lamp, the president, said, "We have said all along that compensation is not a form of mitigation. We advised Mr. Marshall as well as the Premier that offering Labrador's 3 Indigenous groups a share of this $30 million would be perceived as a form of compensation or hush money. We remain adamant that this money should have been used for what it was intended, to cap the wetlands." And it also went on to say that with reservoir impoundment underway, the time bomb is ticking on the future of those who depend on the Churchill River and Lake Melville for sustenance, and on the health, culture, and way of life of many Labrador Inuit. Now, for anybody who isn't getting a chance to have a say tonight, or isn't able to attend the meeting, the Commission says it can do so in writing, and it can do that up until the 15th of August. As for this meeting, it gets underway in just about an hour from now. Reporting live for Here and Now in Happy Valley Goose Bay, I'm Jacob Barker.
His case was dismissed, but then he pleaded guilty. A gruesome car crash in St. John's 2 years ago sent Brandon Quilty on a judicial roller coaster, which took a major turn this week. The 24-year-old was charged with dangerous driving causing death. Here and Now's Ryan Cook joins us now to shed some light on this unusual case. So Ryan, Brandon Quilty could soon be headed to jail, but a year ago it was a very different story. What happened?
That's right. So his case was dismissed after his preliminary hearing because the judge said there wasn't enough evidence. First, let me take you back to the crash, May 17th, 2017. A Corvette flipped on Blackhead Road, and 27-year-old Justin Murrens was ejected from the car and later died. The debris from that crash stretched for almost a kilometer, so you can imagine that vehicle flipping and moving long after the crash began. The Crown had to prove that Quilty was driving that day and responsible for Murren's death. At the preliminary inquiry, a judge decided there wasn't enough evidence, so Brandon Quilty, he was free to go. His case was dismissed, and that might have been the end of the story. But then something unusual happened. New evidence came to light, and the Crown got what is called a preferred indictment.
A preferred indictment. Okay, so how does that process work?
Well, it's actually Andrew Parsons, our Justice Minister and Attorney General, who ordered this case back to the courtroom. So the Crown makes an application to Parsons' office saying that they have new evidence which puts Quilty behind the wheel of the Corvette. Then the AG or his deputy can sign off on it and actually has the accused go back to court without going through the usual appeal process. In this case, Quilty was supposed to go to trial next month at Supreme Court, but instead he's decided to just plead guilty.
Okay, Ryan, so it's not often that we hear about Andrew Parsons, the Attorney General, intervening in a criminal case. So how unique is this situation?
Yeah, so I spoke to Ian Hollett, the Director of Public Prosecutions here, and he said, yeah, it's a pretty rare thing. And while they file about one of these each year, he says it's starting to become more and more common. And that's because of the Jordan decision, a 2016 ruling that sets a strict timeline to finish a case. So this process, using the Attorney General, bypasses preliminary hearings and actually saves time. But in this case, it's because new evidence came to light and it paid off for the Crown. Quilty will be sentenced in January and he's likely going to serve jail time.
Okay, well, thank you so much for bringing us this story, Ryan Cook.
Thank you.
Let's hear now's Ryan Cook reporting.
The south side of Grossmoorn has gotten together to say goodbye to plastic bags.
We get up in the morning, we get to look at this beautiful scenery, and we want to keep it that way.
We'll hear about the community cooperation coming up on Here and Now.
Well, something that hasn't happened for a while in the Big Land is the warm temperatures. So if you take a look at the temperatures this afternoon, 27 degrees in Happy Valley, Goose Bay. Still holding on to those cooler temperatures, though, along the coast, and then Lab City sitting at 22 degrees. We've got some of that warmth making its way in for the island as well. And with that, we're seeing some humidity. So this will continue as we head through at least the next 24 hours. The next weather maker is starting to move in right now, bringing some cloud cover. It's going to continue to do so for the island as well, with some rain on the way, but I'll have all the details coming up.
Dildo's gotten used to being the butt of all jokes, but now those jokes have gone big time.
I have become entranced with a town in Newfoundland, a small town.
Dildo's late night famous. I'll tell you more about it coming up.
You can see standing out here in the beautiful Sunshine Park, Rotary Park here in St. John's, and some swimmers are getting in their last few strokes here in the open water, and that's because the St. John's Triathlon starts on Sunday. But I met a very special athlete, and I'm going to have her story coming up later on in Here and Now.
Well, the three towns on the south side of Grossmoorn have gotten a lot greener this summer. That's because they've teamed up to ban plastic bags. Here Now's Lindsay Bird reports.
Every summer, the three towns along the south side of Grossmoorn swell with tourists. But this year, just before the rush, Woody Point's town manager had an idea: get rid of plastic bags in the entire region.
We have so many tourists come through here that even though we're a small community, the actual impact to the environment with plastic bags is huge. Because, I mean, we get anywhere from 25,000 to 40,000 people come through our little tiny community every single year, which is a lot of plastic bags.
Osmond pitched the ban to the two other towns, Glenburnie, Birchie Head, Shoalbrook, and Trout River. She also suggested they give all households reusable bags at the same time.
It just made sense. So, plus they're really cute, and everybody wants to really be on board. So it was a no-brainer.
The ban is a loose one, with neither penalties nor enforcement, and some places are still using plastic. But several businesses have gotten on board and say the switch has been easy.
We have gone to paper bags, which people have really been overwhelmed about.
Woody Point is upping its green game a step further. The town has started a commercial compost system. They gave bins out to local restaurants and offer free pickup. That's then sent to what might be the most scenic community compost pile in the province.
We get up in the morning, we get to look at this beautiful scenery, and we want to keep it that way. And if we got to do something in baby steps, right?
Plus, the compost pile isn't just for the environment. It's helped the town's bottom line. Osmond says in its first month, the amount of waste they have to pay to send to landfill has dropped by 40%. Lindsay Bird, CBC News, Woody Point.
Well, it wasn't a record-breaking regatta day in St. John's yesterday, but the winds were low, the temperatures warm, and the rowers battled for the championship. The team Fine Strokes took the men's championship, crossing the finish line in just over 9 minutes and 4 seconds. The women's champs are High Flow Hydraulic Limited. They finished the race in 5 minutes and 2 seconds. And here's how it looked in the winner's circle.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 male champions of the Royal St. John's Regatta Flying Strokes Plaster and Painting Limited. Congratulations, gentlemen. The winner of the Sterling Communications International Female Championship Race Gold Winners, High Flowdraulic Limited.
This has been amazing. We've had an incredible summer. Craig Whittle, our Cox coach, has been incredible. I've learned things from him that I'm never ever, and I've been rowing for like 15 years. And then all of us girls, 1 through 6, just dialing in, putting in the work. We had 2 incredible spears. Nancy Beaton helped us in Placentia and Harbour Grace, where we broke the records.
How'd the oar break?
Well, I was just giving her as hard as I could at the end, and then honestly, I kind of just like blacked out a little bit. I was seeing stars, and I just let the oar go, and it broke.
Does that usually happen?
Never.
You don't seem too upset about it.
I can't, I'm on cloud 9 right now. I'm feeling so excited. Never ever won a championship before. I've been second so many times. It's like, always the bridesmaid, always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Well, it seems Jimmy Kimmel can't get enough of Dildo. Last night, people in the community made their own late-night debut. The Trinity Bay town has been featured on Jimmy Kimmel Live 3 different times. Here Now's Katie Breen visited Dildo today.
Last week, I was alerted to the existence of a place, maybe a magical place. It's a small town called Dildo, D-I-L-D-O. It's a real place in Newfoundland, Canada.
People in Dildo say the name traces back to the 1700s. But, as this archival CBC piece points out, the name means something a little different now.
It's called dildo, a word that has come to mean an artificial penis.
Yes, it has indeed come to mean that.
This picturesque community caught the eye, or really the ear, of Kimmel's team last week. He started talking about Dildo on the show without any warning to the community that it would soon be thrust into the spotlight.
I didn't know who was Jimmy Kimmel, and I had to go on Google and make some search because I don't watch TV, and I find it so funny. It was just went so far so quick.
Kimmel even had them on last night. They explained that, yes, their town name has a double meaning, but they're good with it.
When was the first time, I guess, that you realized that the name of your hometown meant something a little different?
I would say back in elementary school when we had to do a project on our community, and the teacher warned us to be very careful with what we were searching on the internet.
Now if you search it up, Kimmel comes up as a top result.
And we would like you to be our first official sister city. And when I am mayor of Dildo, this is going to connect us. So we're outside our theater right now, Guillermo.
Dildo is taking to the Sister City title.
And probably a couple stars that make it look a bit flashy.
Yeah.
A rush order at the print shop today, and they've got a sign of their own. A producer for Kimmel has been in Dildo the past couple of days, coordinating different appearances for the show, but he flew back to LA today. So as far as the people here know, no other spots are scheduled.
Lovely job.
Tonight, Dildo is going to unveil its sign and add it to this here poll. Right now, it just features other quirky Newfoundland town names, most of which Kimmel probably hasn't heard of yet.
People in Dildo say business has gotten a little busier lately. They hope all of this will boost tourism and maybe even spread to some other strangely named spots on the island.
The word dildo was first recorded in 1711 on Dildo Island. Dildo Island was recorded then. So something that's over 300 years old, the name, I don't think is something we should be ashamed about.
Katie Breen, CBC News, Dildo.
There's a beautiful evening overlooking the Narrows there. Temperature sitting about 18 degrees. Tomorrow, a little bit of a different story. We see some rain move in, but I'll have all those details coming up after the break.
Welcome back to Here and Now, everyone.
And another regatta is in the books, my first regatta, but that also means that those early morning training sessions are done for the season.
Yes, rowers train vigorously in the weeks leading up to the races, some more vigorously than others. Just have a look.
Ready, number 1? I'm ready! Are you ready, number 2? Ready! Are you ready, number 3? Ready! Are you ready, number 4? Yes!
That's pretty vigorous. Brenda Reed of St. John sent us this video, and according to Brenda, these rowers are all her relatives, Barb, Leonard, Bill, and Ted, and the coxswain is Greg Vardy.
They're all members of the Carberry family who love to get together and celebrate whenever they can. No word on whether the Carberries broke any records, though.
But they're having a great time, that's for sure.
They sure are.
Gotta break some kind of record for energy or something, or giggles from the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, looks like a lot of fun.
Totally.
So yesterday was pretty nice, and today was quite nice as well.
Yeah, a little bit more sunshine today here in St. John's anyway. Really across the board, we saw some warmer temperatures, which is nice. Welcome. I'll take a look at those temperatures that we reached today. 27 degrees for Deer Lake, same for Corner Brook, 26 in Gander, and finally seeing those double-digit warm temperatures up through Twillingate as well, 24 degrees, still hanging on to the high teens for St. John's. And then we've got that heat and humidity up through Labrador as well. 27 degrees was the afternoon high in Happy Valley Goose Bay. Those temperatures still quite nice though, 22 comfortable for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 25 for Corner Brook, and sitting at 18 degrees still here in St. John's. Now, over the next couple of hours, we are going to start to see some of that cloud cover move in. Right now, we've got generally clear skies. There's lots of fog down along the south coast, so fog patches are certainly what's going to happen as we head through the night tonight. And then we've got that cloud cover as that low continues to press a little bit further north, bringing some of that cloud cover to the big land and some showers through the night tonight. Here we go as far as what the future tracker is saying. So that will spread towards Happy Valley Goose Bay and then eventually the coast by the time the early morning hour roll around. And then we've got the next system that will roll in for the island, and that will be our weather maker for tomorrow. So here's a look at the temperatures tonight. Comfortable, 12 to 15 degrees, slight chance of some showers for Marystown, even the Avalon as well towards the early morning hours, and then fog patches for most of us. Southerly winds 20 kilometers per hour along the west coast, those should stay light. And then generally fair skies for Grand Falls, Windsor, St. Anthony as well, 13 degrees. But again, we'll see that cloud cover increase by the time tomorrow morning rolls around. Otherwise, just looking at a nice night other than the rain that's moving through, temperatures quite comfortable. Happy Valley Goose Bay, 17 degrees. Lab City, 15. And Nain still in the onshore flow with that RDF continuing. 8 degrees will be your overnight low, so not really moving much and hasn't really moved much, even though we're not seeing any reports of anything because of the communication problems. But 15 degrees for Cartwright, and then straight sitting at 13. So here's that low that moves in tomorrow. We're going to see plenty of rain up through Labrador. And then we'll start to see that rain in the first half of the day in the early or in the morning hours for the southwestern portion of the province, south coast. Eventually, by the time the evening and overnight rolls around for the Avalon, we're going to see some heavier rain with that as well. We're going to see about 10 millimeters of rain. Most of it will be along the south coast. So if you are heading out to the Folk Fest, it does look a little bit rainy for you tomorrow. So here's your temperatures, not really moving much from today. For the Avalon, as we head towards central, those temperatures are going to drop quite significantly. So only sitting around 19, 20 degrees tomorrow with all that rain moving in, or the chance of showers moving in. 17 for Port aux Basques, Grosse Moor, and 21. And then we've got similar temperatures up through the northern peninsula. You'll see that rain move in overnight into Saturday. Otherwise, hanging on to the 20-degree temperatures for the Big Land, and Nain sitting at 9 as your afternoon high. So let's look at your forecast. We'll look ahead towards the weekend when I come back.
So you can see some swimmers here in Healy's Pond at Sunshine Camp, getting some strokes in before this Sunday's triathlon. But for one woman, her triathlon journey began here on the beach a couple years ago. I'm going to have Cheryl Meyer's incredible story coming up later in the show.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, we are in the height of the summer tourist season. Lots of people visiting the province for the first time. But is there more we should be doing to attract tourists? Well, one recent visitor from Ireland says she sees many missed opportunities. And Kelly Devereaux joins us now on the line from Wexford, Ireland. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Carolyn. Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Well, first of all, how was your trip to Newfoundland? I understand you're a bit of a fan of the island now.
I am. I'm absolutely a fan, and my trip was absolutely fantastic. It was only for 10 days, but it was a fantastic 10 days. 2.5 years ago, I connected with a lady in Newfoundland through a genealogy forum on Facebook, and we became great friends, and she travelled over here to me in Ireland in 2018 and again last May. So I made a return trip over to see her and her island. Dee Dee, my friend, and her 3 sisters, we all did a road trip. We did one to Bonavista, which was absolutely mind-blowing. It was just so beautiful. And while we're in Bonavista, we saw the surrounding areas. Then we went back to St. John's and I went to a lot of the outports. But more than anything, I think it was the people and their hospitality that really, really touched me. It really touched me in a deep way. It was just fantastic.
As a first-time visitor to the province, we're, of course, very interested in your, full impression of your experience here. And one of the things that is part of that experience is, of course, getting here. And St. John's used to have a direct flight to Ireland, but it was recently canceled. So how long did it take you to get here?
So, I mean, flying time now between our 2 islands is 7 hours, and that's not factoring in the stopover, which makes a really long trip. It's a 4.5-hour flight with a direct flight. So to me, it's just absolutely ridiculous for any passengers to have to, to endure that long journey when it's really not necessary.
And, here on the island, many families do have Irish roots and they feel quite a deep connection to Ireland. But do people in Ireland even really know we exist over here?
They do, Carolyn, but not as much as what the Newfoundlanders would know about their history. I mean, Waterford City is twinned with St. John's. So many people from Waterford and Wexford, where I live, and Kilkenny, all around the southeast coast of Ireland, many people went to Newfoundland and made their lives there. But I don't think that Newfoundland tourism is tapping into that. I think they should package it and sell that connection more, and to draw the Irish tourists over there.
We do have some spectacular tourism ads for this province, but have you seen any of those ads over in Ireland?
None whatsoever. Never ever have I seen. And even at, the tourist shows here, never on our television, never in our newspapers, in any way have I ever saw Newfoundland sold to the Irish tourists over here. And it's, it's something that I feel strongly about. And I think they should tap in definitely to the Irish and Newfoundland connection.
Word of mouth does play a big part when it comes to attracting tourists. So what will you tell people in Ireland about your experience here in Newfoundland and Labrador?
Oh, well, I've already started, and I think my sister is actually thinking of going over there this year. But again, we come back to no direct flight, and I think the direct flight would definitely help in that. I mean, when I was being checked in for my flight to Newfoundland, the stewardess from WestJet told me that I was the only Irish passenger that day on that flight. And coming back again, I was the sole Irish passenger. And I looked around and I thought about all the revenue that people from there were bringing into Ireland. And I think Newfoundland is really losing out on what they could have.
Well, thank you so much, Anne Kelly Devereaux, for sharing your opinion with us. And I hope that you do make it back to the island for another visit sometime.
I'm definitely going to come back, Carolyn. And, and I want to thank everybody for all the hospitality that they showed me while I was there. And I definitely will come back. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm already planning it.
Thank you. Well, the 35th annual St. John's Triathlon is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's a grueling swim, bike, and run through Rotary Sunshine Park. But for one competitor, the triathlon is so much more than just a race. Here now's Jeremy Eaton is at the starting line in St. John's. So Jeremy, tell us more about the woman at the center of this story.
Well, Carolyn, a couple of years ago on this very beach here just outside of Healy's Pond, Cheryl Myers showed up at the request of her adult swim lesson coach to watch the mass start of the race. She was only going to stay for the swim, but she ended up staying for the whole thing and slowly fell in love with the sport. And here's the story of her incredible journey over the last couple of years. Back then, Cheryl Myers didn't really know much about the sport of triathlon. She wasn't a runner or a swimmer or even a cyclist. But thanks to her nephew Colin, she ended up making a small splash that would have a huge impact on her entire life.
I was afraid of the water my entire life, and my nephew was 5 and he wanted me to go swimming with him, and I was terrified, so I decided to take adult swim lessons.
By chance, her swim instructor was super triathlete Ben Haley. He invited her to come watch the open water swim portion of the St. John's Triathlon.
And I just planned on staying for the open water swim, but I stayed for the entire thing until the end, and I just loved it.
Myers then moved from the pool to the gym. In 2016, she bought a bike, then she started running, and her entire life, as she knew it, started to change.
I was extremely overweight, and I didn't have any goals, no drive, nothing. Since I started triathlon, I've lost over 100 pounds, and I started to have goals.
In 2016, she completed the sprint race in the St. John's Triathlon. A year later, she did the Olympic distance. She shed weight and started making gains outside of her training.
And it's not just physically, it's mentally too. Like, I'm happier, have more confidence. Like, I used to walk around like trying not to be seen. Like, I spent most of my adult life trying to be invisible. Like, don't look at me if I can't, with my head down, if they can't see me, I can't see them. But now it's just confidence. It's just, I'm a whole different person.
Myers joined a triathlon group in St. John's and set her sights on a half Ironman race, a goal that she completed in June.
You turn a corner and you can see the finish line off in the distance, and it's right over the water, and you can hear the announcer yelling out all the names, you can hear the music and see the crowds cheering. It's the best feeling ever. Like, crossing that finish line and seeing like the Ironman logo, it was the best moment ever.
With her entire life turned around, she spends between 15 to 20 hours each week training.
Triathlon did save my life. Like, I didn't do anything. I would go to work, come home, I would eat, I would watch TV, but like, I didn't do anything.
So Myers completed what people would call a half Ironman, and now her goal is to complete a full Ironman, which is like 3.9 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike, and then you got to run a 42.2 kilometer marathon at the end. So that's her goal for 2020. But before she gets there, she's got to start here in the water for the St. John's Triathlon on Sunday. And she will be here rearing to go to do the Olympic distance, and she'll be doing it as she does everything else with a smile on her face. Reporting live for Here and Now, I'm Jeremy Eaton in St. John's.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Well, autopsies are underway on the two bodies discovered yesterday near Gillam, Manitoba. The RCMP believe the bodies are those of Cam McLeod and Briar Schmigelski, the teenagers wanted in connection with 3 murders in northern British Columbia and the subject of an intense cross-country search. Austin Grabish has the latest.
Autopsies are now being conducted on the 2 bodies who police tell us are Briar Schmigelski and Cam McLeod. Police are telling us that they don't really have any doubt it's them. They're just waiting for the coroner to kind of make that official determination. Police being pretty tight-lipped today about any developments.
Our forensic identification specialists are on scene. They are going to process the scene of where these bodies were located. So there's still a lot more investigation to go into. I know a lot of questions still need to be answered or want to be answered.
People living up in the communities around Gillam and in the town of Gillam have been feeling on edge for over 2 weeks. So many RCMP officers swept into that community. There was a 24-hour check stop set up, heavily armed tactical officers, the military being called in, and really what we're hearing from residents is that there's now a major sense of relief in the community.
Like everybody else, I'm sure, relief to have a conclusion, to have some kind of closure. Yeah, it was good news.
Obviously, a lot of unanswered questions still. 2 of the big ones, how the men died and when. Austin Grabish, CBC News, Winnipeg.
Preventing catastrophic climate change will require a change to our eating habits. That's the conclusion of a new United Nations report, which says our current pattern of agriculture is not sustainable. The CBC's Cameron McIntosh has the details.
According to the UN, 72% of the world's non-ice, non-ocean surface area has been pressed into supporting a growing population. The space required to satisfy our appetites and dietary choices is becoming unsustainable.
The science is clear.
The UN isn't going so far as to tell you what to eat, but
we need to radically change our food system. That includes reducing dramatically the amount of meat and dairy in our farms and in our diet.
Animal agriculture creates methane, a far more potent greenhouse gas than CO2, but that's not the whole problem. The UN says 25% of all greenhouse gas can be linked to growing, producing, and transporting food, as demand for agricultural land cuts into forests, drains wetlands, and degrades soil. Less carbon is retained.
When land is degraded, it reduces the soil's ability to take up carbon, and this exacerbates climate change.
The findings don't surprise this climate expert.
I think the finding of this report that will surprise people most is that 25 to 30% of all the annual emissions of greenhouse gases every year are connected in some way to the food system. That's not just the agricultural processes, but also includes the transport and distribution system. But that's a huge proportion and shows that we can't solve climate change without tackling that.
The land system interacts with climate in a very dramatic way.
Cutting down on home, industry, and transportation emissions won't be enough. Without a change to global land use and consumption, the UN says the world will not meet its warming targets. Cameron McIntosh, CBC News, London.
Well, he called it a bittersweet decision. Today, Canada's ambassador to the U.S. announced he is resigning.
I leave here with some pride in what we have accomplished. Clearly, there are still challenges in front of us. The globe is a very uncertain place right now, but I am looking forward to getting back to Canada.
David McNaughton took the position 3 years ago and was instrumental in seeing Canada through the difficult NAFTA negotiations. McNaughton will finish his term at the end of the month before returning home to Toronto, where his family still lives. He will be going into the private sector, but a source tells CBC he will continue to advise the Liberals in the upcoming election.
It's really important that we have it totally covered in flour. We don't want any bare spots.
Right. Andy Bullman takes us on the road for a feed of fish and chips and a cooking lesson. That's coming up after Ashley's weather. Welcome back, everyone. So Ashley, you mentioned earlier that it might be a bit of a rainy night tomorrow night in St. John's for the folk festival at Bannerman Park.
Yeah, it does look like it's that's exactly when the rain's going to move in.
Oh, really?
In the evening hours. Yeah.
Bring your umbrella and your rubber boots.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it still will likely be an okay evening, but just a little bit wet. Temperatures will be pretty similar to what we saw today. We'll take a look at that forecast. 18 degrees, 17 in Fairland, really anywhere on the Avalon. Those winds, or anywhere, yeah, essentially the Avalon. Southeasterlies 30 to 50 kilometers per hour along the northeast coast as well. And then you've got a drop in temperature. So much cooler than what we're seeing today. Those southeasterlies for the west coast, 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, you're looking at those cooler temperatures, like I said. Up through Labrador, same thing. Cooler temperatures, 20 degrees for Lab City, 18 for Churchill Falls, and then Happy Valley Goose Bay sitting at 21. The coast will see mainly cloudy skies. You'll see those showers move in towards the overnight hours. So as far as how much we're expecting for rain, anywhere from a trace to 10 millimeters. Good bet St. John's will see about 10 millimeters of rain, a little bit more along the coast, south coast, and up through Lab City as well. If we see some heavier rain, could see upwards of 20 to even 30 millimeters of rain by Saturday morning. So looking ahead into, there's that rain that moves through into Saturday. Things should ease a little bit as far as that rain goes, just cloudy periods through the afternoon, and then that chance of more showers will move in through late day for the island. But generally staying unsettled right through the weekend, and then some more showers will move in for your Sunday. So over the next couple of days into Saturday, the temperatures will start to climb, though. We're going to see that humidity make its way back in as well. Anywhere from 25 to 27 degrees, a little cooler for Port aux Basques again at 19 degrees, same for St. Anthony at 16. And then those temperatures in the teens for most of the Big Land. 20 degrees for Cartwright, again, under cloudy skies. So over the next 5 days, a little bit of a roller coaster again, but the weekend does look nice and warm, 25, 24 degrees, sunshine for the Avalon and eastern Newfoundland on Sunday at 24 degrees. So that certainly does look like, as of now, the best day of the weekend. Monday and Tuesday, that chance of showers will return and 19 degrees. And then for central Newfoundland, 19 tomorrow, and then back up to those 20. Again, going to feel pretty humid. And then 22 degrees to start the weekend, or start the week rather, with showers possible both Monday and Tuesday. For western Newfoundland, same thing, 17 degrees, 27 for Saturday. Then it's going to dip a little bit on Sunday as that chance of showers will move, or will continue. And then that's the case right through Tuesday, it looks like, and then up through Labrador. Now, the warmest will be tomorrow, and then those temperatures are going to dip, and it looks like that trend will continue into the end of next week with these cooler temperatures, 20 degrees for western Labrador, and then down to the low teens by the time midweek next week rolls around. So that's your forecast, but it's time now to check back with Here Now's Jeremy Eaton. Last night you were pondside, but tonight he's beachside at the Rotary Sunshine Park.
No, actually, as a townie, I took Regatta Day off to spend it with some visiting relatives, which many townies do. So I did enjoy the regatta, and I was lakeside, but not last night. Katie Breen stepped in for me last night, and I appreciate that. But you are correct. I am standing beachside here at Rotary Sunshine Camp, just near Portugal Cove, St. Philip's, and there's a young lady swimming, and there's a few of the triathletes are still getting their final practice strokes in before Sunday's big race. But while yesterday was Regatta Day, the St. John's Triathlon group puts off an event that is very popular but has nothing to do with rowing. And every year on Regatta Day, there is an event called Kids of Steel that takes place in Bowring Park. And this is an insanely popular event. It sells out every year. There's more than 500 kids who take part in this. So they do a little bit of a swim in the pool there, and then they ride their bike around the park, and then they go for a little run. Now this is to sort of try to create the next generation of triathletes here in Newfoundland and Labrador. So the young boys and girls as young as 5 years old enter, and it goes up to as high as 15 years old. Now it's just a fun event just to get people used to the multi-sport event, but it's insanely popular and everybody seems to have a good time. Everybody gets a medal for crossing the finish line, and it's one of those events that keeps growing and growing in popularity. And sadly, they told me that I'm far too old to take part, because I think that I probably could have beaten some of them, or maybe one or two of them. I'm not really sure, but I'm not sure. No, our swimmers, Gary, can we just pan over real quick there to see? I just want to show you that it's a nice calm. It's not very windy here, which is rare, and so there's some swimmers there making their way out. Now this pond is a 750-meter loop, and so they're just getting some practice strokes in. And as we heard last week from some swimmers at the Open Water Swim Series there on Long Pond, swimming in a pond is difficult, and this pond is probably one of the harder ones to swim in, because as soon as you get a few meters past the rope, it just turns to pure blackness. So it's kind of a frightening experience for first timers. So what the St. John's Triathlon Committee has done is they're offering these free swim series to give people a chance to get used to the water with some more experienced swimmers, and then they're going to put all those skills that they learned this week and last week at these training sessions to good use when the triathlon takes place here on the beach on, oh, sorry, there's a fly in my face, that will happen here on Sunday. So Carolyn, I'm going to work on my tan here a little bit, and I'm going to throw it back to you and Ashley in the studio.
Germain, I am wondering, like, how cold is that water right now? Can you like dip your toe in the water and let us know how cold it is? Is it warm or is it chilly?
I can take it one step further. So I actually, full disclosure, I do take part in the triathlon. So I was actually in here last Friday swimming, and because of all that nice weather that Ashley brought us, or Ryan Snodden when he was filling in, whoever wants to take credit for it, this water is actually pretty warm. So it's not too bad, but you'll need a wetsuit just sort of get around it, because you don't want to hang out there too long, because there are a lot of fish. And people have said there are eels in here, but who's to say? Anyways, either way, it's not too bad. My feet are fine. You could swim. It'd be pretty easy.
All right, thanks.
I don't know if you want to. You might mess up your hair.
Oh, that's
but you can
fine.
definitely go for a swim.
Thanks, Jeremy. Have a great night. We'll see you later.
No problem.
Well, it's fresh, it's golden, and it's fluffy. That's how one roadside describes its fish and chips. Here's the latest installment in our Gas and Grub segment, where Chef Andy Bowman finds out what's good to eat at the gas station. And this time, Andy is off to the bottom of Trinity Bay.
We're at Pitcher's Takeout and Bakery in New Harbor, and we're here to try something really special. I'm here in the kitchen with Tanya Morgan, and today we are making fish and chips. Okay, Tanya, tell us about this. What's the first thing we need to do?
Well, first thing we have to do is put the fish in the flour.
Fish goes in the flour. And what part of the fish are we using here today?
This is just the loins. We only use the loin part
You
of the
only
fish.
use the loins?
Yes, we do.
Oh, good girl. Okay, that's good. Oh, you got it. All right.
So we're just going to take the fish and we're going to roll just to get it a little coated.
Now, it's really important that we have it totally covered in flour. We don't want any bare spots.
Right.
We want it dressed. All right. Are you so sick of fish and chips, or could you take some more? Yeah. So what makes your fish and chips so special?
Well, first, we have two kinds.
Two kinds?
Two kinds.
Okay.
Our original batter has been around for over 30 years.
30 years?
Right.
Okay, wow.
So it's a tried and true recipe.
Yeah, and it's a secret, right?
Of course.
And then your other one?
This one is a spicy batter. We've had that for a while as well. Just gives an option.
Yeah. And what do you look for in a good fish and chips?
Has to be fresh.
Has to be fresh.
Right. Has to be golden and nice and fluffy.
So what comes next?
We're going to take our fish and then we're going to put it in our batter and then we're going to put it in the fryer.
It's golden brown, looks delicious. It's time to dig in. All right.
That looks great. And that was Chef Andy Bowman finding some delicious fish and chips at Pitcher's Takeout and Bakery in New Harbor. And Andy will be back in a couple of weeks with another Gas and Grub segment. And if you have a suggestion for a stop, let us know. The email is gasandgrub@cbc.ca.
I want to know where you're to. Take a look at this photo. What a beautiful shot. Lorraine Windsor sent us this photo. And yeah, I'll tell you where it was taken when we come back after the break.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Russian authorities have released 3 captive killer whales back into the wild. Another 75 beluga whales are expected to follow in the weeks ahead. And there they go. The whales were captured a year ago to be sold to aquariums. But when video was released showing their crowded holding cells, people were outraged, calling it a whale jail. Experts said the whales were in danger of freezing and drowning. Authorities intervened and say they'll release all the animals by October. Several of the companies involved have been fined, but selling captive whales remains a profitable business. By some estimates, just the 3 killer whales alone are worth $100 million. Well, the skies over Bristol, England lit up like a rainbow this morning as a cascade of hot air balloons lifted off. 100 balloons filled the sky with color. Teams from all around the world have come to compete in Bristol's annual ballooning festival. For some, it's a hobby. For others, a business, as lofty rides are a hot commodity at summer festivals around Europe. And in case you want one, a 4-seater balloon can cost $50,000. And now you know.
Have you ever done that before?
I have not.
That's something I would be interested in, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be really nice and peaceful and in the sky, just floating along. Yeah.
I would love that.
Yeah. Bucket list.
Bucket list. Hey, we'll add a hot air balloon to this shot,
Oh.
and it would make it even more spectacular than it already is.
That is stunning.
Yeah. Did you have any idea? No.
No. I'm going to guess Norris Point.
Good job. Yeah, this photo was taken in Norris Point. Yeah, you know, it doesn't have to be clear skies to be a perfect day. Beautiful cloud cover there. Thank you so much to Lorraine Windsor for sending us that photo. And if you have any beautiful photos that you'd like to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
It's funny. You look at the cloud cover. I'm looking at the flowers
Of course.
in the foreground. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Have a great night. Tomorrow is Friday, and here's a live shot just outside CBC Studios. This is the park over there by St. Andrew's School. Looks like some people on the go tonight having a bit of fun out in the park. Good night, everyone.
Good night.